This is the HOLEY hand experiment. You're going to see why. Very easy to do. All you need is a sheet of paper, and you can even use scrap paper. And you'll notice this is a piece of A4 paper, so a normal sized piece of paper. You need to roll it into a tube, okay? Roll it into a tube. Now you'll see that I'm rolling it into a tube which has about the same width, the thickness if you like, or diameter, roughly as a kitchen roll tube, the inside of a kitchen roll, the cardboard tube. But it doesn't matter exactly, as long as it's about that, okay? And you can hold it closed with your hands. You could use sticky tape if you want to put some sticky tape on, but I normally don't bother with that. Then I want you to put it up against one eye, like a telescope. Now I'm going to stand sideways, and I want you to put it up to one eye, right up to your eye, so it's covering it up. You can probably see this, right up to your eye. So you're looking right through, and I've got my right eye open now, but you can see I've got my left eye open too, because I want that open as well. So I'm looking through, I can see through my tube like a telescope, and then I'm going to move my hand back a little bit to here, because what I'm going to do now is take my other hand, my eye's still open remember, and I'm going to put the hand against the tube here, somewhere near the end, or about the middle, doesn't matter where, but somewhere there towards the end. And now I can see something rather interesting. I want you to do this experiment and see what you can see. Now, this experiment, I can't show you exactly what happens for you because you have to do it. In a minute, we're going to show you on screen a simulation of what you should see. So, why do we see a hole in our hand with this illusion? What's going on? Well, I'm sure you've already figured out part of the answer. It's got something to do with the fact we've got two eyes. But why do we need two eyes? Well, we need two eyes to judge distance. That's what we call binocular vision, or sometimes called stereoscopic vision, but binocular is the more commonly used expression. So binocular vision is used to judge distance. And the way your brain does that is it sends the images into your brain from each eye from a slightly different view. Your brain gets almost the same picture, but merges them together to judge depth. But the point is your brain gets two pictures that are almost exactly the same, just slightly different points of view, literally, one from one eye, one from the other. With this experiment, of course, we're doing something your brain's not used to. We're showing it one image in one eye, looking through the tube. So the whole image going from that eye to my brain is me looking down a tube at something in the distance. And this eye is showing my brain my hand. So remember, normally your brain just merges the two very similar images together that you'll see just as you look around like this. But now I've got two very different images. So your brain thinks, well, I'm going to just do what I normally do, merge them together in the best way I can. And however mad it may sound to you, the most simplest thing for your brain to do is just to merge them together so you end up with a hole in your hand. Amazing. Okay, what about things we could change to see what's going to happen? Well, the obvious thing you could try, of course, is the other eye. So you do left eye, hand in front of it that way. Do you think it'll work any differently? What about using a different part of your body? Well, of course, that could be a bit awkward unless you're a contortionist. So here's something easy. What about your arm? And do it with your arm instead. What about changing the diameter of the tube? Now, as you can see on my one, it's similar, a little bit smaller than the diameter of the inside cardboard tube of a normal sort of kitchen roll tissue. So what about making it smaller still, much thinner? So roll it up tighter, so it's a thinner tube, a smaller tube. So when you look through that, I wonder if that make a difference. And of course the other way around, what about wider tube? Do you think that will make any difference as well? What about the length of the tube? Because I've got that particular length. What about if we get a piece of paper so we end up with a much, much longer tube or a shorter tube? And I'll leave you to think if there's any other ways you could do it.